Trade recap, trade recap, trade recap. So on this week we had a sell on SPX 500. This is one of my most profitable pair. This is one of my best pair. So we had a sell on, with the sentiment of the US economy, you can see how it's affecting the SPX and all of the stocks. So I'm able to capitalize on, I trade the SPX and NAS 100. So I'm able to capitalize on the sentiment on what is going on using technical analysis. So technical analysis doesn't really guarantee you anything in terms of taking trades on a trade by trade perspective. On a series of trade perspective, looking at your win rates and your profitability percentages, you're able to make profit at the end of a series of trade, looking at trades with sequence, not just one trade, looking at trade on a one-to-one or looking at trade on every single trade perspective. You need to look at it on a series of trade perspective, like I've always said. That is how to think. So why I keep saying this, so that to put your mindset on the way profitable professional traders think when they're executing trades. So with that being said, let me show you the trade I took on XPX this week and how I was able to capitalize on it. Now you can see how we were really on the upside originally. When the year started out very, the price has been in between, and we have a lot of consolidation. Market is not really doing so much, but what we can see here, we can see that price was actually trending at the point, creating lows and highs, but not taking out the previous high comfortably. So now, as soon as price closed above this high here, you can see how at this point there was not one single trader in the whole world that was confident on price continuing to buy at this level, continue to go up. And with the sentiment of the US economy, we do not have a lot of investors that are ready to continue buying the market there. So once I had that knowledge, all I can do is just capitalize on it with technical analysis. So I had already done a bar replay, so you can see some of my markups in the market. So this is some of the trades I took, and I'm going to show you the winners and the ones I had break even on. So now, as price continues to push further down, you can see, looking at this, I noticed this immediately. Well, now, first off, we have a downtrend. Hold on. So first off, we have multiple consolidation here. Price broke below this low here. Then we came back up. We had more sellers continue to sell, creating a downtrend, so creating higher lows. So now we have another higher low here. Then price came back down, now creating another higher low here. So once I noticed this higher low, I was expecting price to come back to this level, just the same way I was expecting price to come to this level, but price didn't come back to this level. So I was expecting price to come to this level, and it did in this particular situation. So now, if we look at the markup here, we have supply zone here. We have momentum in our favor. So let me highlight that. First, we have a supply zone. Then we have a downtrend. Now, aside from those two things, all we need to do now is wait patiently for price to come back here, so it gives us our double top formation. So you can see how price went back to create that double top that we are looking for right here. So as soon as price did this, I was ready to go short. So now, aside from the fact that we had ready sellers and patterns in the market that aligns with my edge. So some of those patterns, like I've always said, are the engulfing, multiple rejections, and in this particular situation, we have the evening star. So we didn't have an engulfing here, but we have an evening star here, and we have rejections here. So all I can do is just capitalize on this particular trade with my trade idea. So now you can see how We have an evening star. For those that don't know what an evening star is, this is an evening star. We have two dojis, a candle that's pushing upward. We have two dojis and a bearish candle, so that's what makes an evening star. Then we have our supply zone here. We have our double top formation here. So now we just play the waiting game. You can see how price played around, and price gave us TP straight up. So we had a 1 2 3 here, easy peasy. So on this particular trade, I was risking about 0.5% to make 1.5%, and that came through. So the next trade I took after this particular trade was the one that I did a break even on, and that trade I was taking it on the 1 hour time frame. So let me show you what happened. So price did this, I was expecting price to come back to this level here, but price never did. So if price didn't come back here, it is what it is. You have to wait for the next trading opportunity. So I was waiting for, now we got to this place. I was waiting, looking at the 1 hour to take trading here, because on the 4 hour there was nothing really. Let me clear this first. On the 4 hour there was nothing really coming up, because based off the sentiment in the market and the weak dollar, and there are not so much investors that are very confident in the US economy. We just had price just selling really short and very heavy on the 4 hour. So there was really nothing on the 4 hour. So I had to come to the smaller time frame and capitalize on the smaller time frame, which is the 1 hour time frame. So I saw this particular pattern here, and I sold short right around here. I was looking for a 1 to 3 on the 1 hour time frame. You can see the same pattern like clockwork. We have momentum, seller's momentum, price came back up, creating a double top formation, and we have it right here. So what I did was sell short here, stop loss right above here, and I was gunning for a 1 to 3, reach to reward on this trade. Why do I do a 1 to 3 on this trade? Is because SPX 500 is actually very liquid, so when it moves, it really moves. So let's clear this, and you can see how price went down and went back up to my break even. So you can see, if you look at this, we had a 1-to-1 on this particular trade, so I had to set a break even. Once price gives me a 1-to-1, there's no point. You can see price even stretched to about a 1 to 1.4, so there's no point allowing price to come and take you out on stop loss. You just take a break even instead of allowing it to stop you out. So this was a scratch, so I had to scratch this trade. So with that, I had to come back to the 4 hour and wait for another opportunity. If you notice this, you can see when the week started, I already wrote it here. I'm in a state of confusion on this particular trade, but I'm still leaning towards the sellers. Why am I leaning towards the sellers? Because we have selling momentum and we are in a downtrend. So I waited for my patterns to play out again, and you can see how we had this big bearish push. I sold here, waiting for my 1 to 3, and you can see how price did this, continued to push further down. Then as soon as it pushed further down, you can see how we have a 1-to-1 here. Price even stretched as much as a 1 to 1.5. But I look at the price at the close, not the wicks, the close of the candle. So remember, for a selling candle, price will open here, go up, then close at the bottom. So we had a 1-to-1. I set a break even, and you can see how price just pushed up. Currently, this is the current state of the market. I made a break even on this trade, so this trade is risk free. So on Monday open, if price continues to the upside and stops me out here, that's okay. That's 2 scratch in about a week. So all I need to do is just wait for the next trade. No harm, no foul, just wait for the next trade. So this is how I take trades, and this is one of my trading recap for this week. And the match has been very liquid based off what the sentiment in the US is currently. So hopefully the US is able to pick up as soon as possible, so we can have a stronger dollar. But nonetheless, I'm a trader. I don't really care which particular instrument is doing fine, which economy is doing fine. My goal is to be able to capitalize on what the sentiment of the market feels like, using my trading methodology and using technical analysis, and using also fundamental analysis as a backup. So yeah, that's my trade recap for this particular trade. If you want to learn more from this, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll be here to provide you value as much as possible. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.